What is good, people? How y'all doing today? How are we doing today? Primal, I see you in the house. What's good, brother? What is good? Manic, what's good? Vega, how you doing, girl? How are you doing? Alicia, welcome to the chat. Dwayne, I see you in there. The Winter Fox 10, welcome. Well, the Crown, welcome to the show. We're going to have ourselves a wonderful one, man, because listen, I don't know what is going on with these people out here, but these mofos, these pedophiles, they are coming out of the woodworks. All right. They are coming out of the woodworks out here talking all this nonsense, feeling emboldened. And on top of that, not only that, like some of the stuff, especially because we're going to be talking about Glendon Cameron, right? And for those of you guys don't know, Glendon Cameron is this idiot who is in this manosphere space, right? And decided that it'd be a great idea for content, right? To go ahead and go on there and explain to his followers of 100,000+ people that essentially how he basically came close to being a predator like R. Kelly. So if that doesn't tell you already enough who this person is, I don't know what else to tell you, okay? I really don't. If you guys can't see this shit for what it is, it's clearly on you at this point, because what it tells me, there's a bunch of people out here who are straight opening the door and exposing kind of what a lot of these people kind of already knew that had been going on in some of these communities, right? Grown men like Glendon Cameron, all right, who basically go out of their way to find vulnerable girls in certain situations. And the most common ones are situations where there is a single parent involved and the parent is not as attentive to the child, right? So these are the situations in those dynamics where you would see that. And this person, because the parent isn't paying attention, goes in and basically targets that child. And part of this case, what I call the Glendon Cameron Effect, all right? The Glendon Cameron Effect. And hey, listen, if you don't want your name to be on this shit, you shouldn't have come out and put out a video talking about being a pedophile and shit, okay? That's your fault. That's not my fault, okay? But now you know, and it's the Glendon Cameron Effect, okay? So we see the Glendon Cameron Effect in this I forgot what this lady's name is, but I'm sure you guys seen it on the title so far. But this young woman who basically, as soon as she turned 18 years old, this fool ended up wifing her up. All right. It's wild. So we're going to go into the story today. We're going to dive on in. All right. Welcome, most of you guys. Hey, and you guys are coming on in right away. Go ahead and hit that like button. Okay. Let's hit that like button. Let's get this thing going. Because listen, all right, out of anything else, likes help this channel grow. At least the videos, they help them seen. All right. So go ahead and hit that like button on the way in. Go ahead and sit down, relax, kick your feet up. All right, go grab yourself some popcorn while you're at it, because this is gonna be another banger of a show. All right, so with that being said, we're about to introduce our special guest for the day. What's good, my man? Grind and Motivate. How you doing, brother?
I'm good, man. How you doing?
Good. It's good to have you, man. Good to have you.
Good to be here.
Deja Haugabook. That's what it is. I just saw the thing pop up on the bottom of the screen here. That's what the little girl's name. Deja Haugabook is what we're going to be talking about. You know that story, right? With the old boy. Mike, I think his name is Mike Haugabook. This dude, yep. Oh my God. So we about to react to some videos, man, and it's about to be freaking hilarious, because it's about to be a bang of a time. So like I said before, guys, on your way in, hit that like button. All right, hit that sub button too if you haven't subbed before, because some of you guys out here, all right, you're ninja watching like a motherfucker. So go ahead and hit that sub button. It's okay. All right, so that way it'll help. Exactly, it'll help you become more encouraged, or you'll be able to see our videos more. So hit that button. Let's go. Let's get this thing up and running. All right. So I kind of preface this with this what do you call it? The Glendon Cameron guy. And we all know who Glendon Cameron is. He pretty much gave the pedophile blue book on this shit, right? And it's literally what you call it. All right, but I think this goes to a larger conversation too as well. And I know you guys saw, I don't know if you guys read the description or not coming into the show, but we also kind of talked about the last recent show that Kevin Samuels had, where he was basically talking about the mother-daughter relationship. And I think, you know what, this is perfect. I'm glad that we're doing this now, because all of this shit that we're about to talk about today, it all fits together, from how this dude basically broke down how he finds these moms, right, and these kids with these vulnerable situations, and then how he goes in to basically do his staying with these goddamn kids. And then two, the fact that we go into the situation where Kevin Samuels talking about, hey, how these mothers ruin their kids. Now, the mom also had a response. We got that video up too. We're going to be covering the whole 9 yards, man. And I want you guys to see the relationships between the mother and the daughter, right? See how they interact with each other. And even just based on that, you would even tell these people the mother and daughter by the way she talks to her daughter. So you can clearly see how she came into a dysfunctional situation. So, guys, you are going to get the full 360 synopsis. Anything you want to add, Grind?
I got nothing, man. I'm ready to see what's going on with these videos.
Adriana Valentino from Australia, all the way. Appreciate you for the $10 super chat. Hey, y'all, do what he says, man. Hit that like button on the way in. All right. Hey, likes are free, subs are free. Just a click of a button. All right. Click the goddamn button, people. All right. So, hey, I kind of, for those guys who are just coming in, all right, it kind of pretty much broke down the story a little bit, right? Broke it down a little bit so you guys can know. We're going to be talking about predator off alphas, right? And I saw somebody in the chat earlier talking about, oh, well, you can't be alpha and a predator. No. Okay, these motherfuckers, they started as alpha, high value nail kind of term. So listen, we gonna stick y'all with it, especially as this dude is coming from the industry already. You're coming from the manosphere, okay? You're coming from the business. So you the kind of dude right now who basically came out and just like Brittany Renner gave the Predator handbook to all these other dudes, 100,000 plus that are following you. Okay, now to be fair, we don't know if Mike Hannibal has been following you, but what he was describing is basically what's been going on in the African American and possibly other communities for years. But this dude basically came out and laid it all out there. All right, so those of you guys join us, we gonna cover it. So the first video we're gonna cover, right, is gonna be basically this whole shebang and how it popped off, right? And it's gonna be with this fool right here. I'm just gonna give you. I know, hey guys, listen. I know you guys gonna hate this. All right, you're really not gonna like this video, but I think it's for us to properly understand what it is that we're talking about here. I think we need a little refresher on who the original person who kicked this whole thing off. All right, this motherfucker right here, this dude basically is responsible. I wouldn't say responsible, but will be responsible for young men out there who pay attention to this nonsense and how he's breaking this down, that if they decide to go out there and act in a certain way, that's where they're getting this shit out right there. Or guys who haven't acted in a similar manner but didn't really have a step-by-step play guide. That's this dude right here. All right, this motherfucker right here is a predator alpha. So for those of you guys over here want to talk about, nope, he's part of the manosphere community and he is indeed a predator alpha. So listen, if y'all don't know who this guy is, let me go ahead and play this video real quick so y'all could just know where the hell we're coming from. Let me know if you can hear the audio.
What's going on, gentlemen?
How's the audio, people?
Is a moment for self-reflection. Matter of fact, let's shed a little light on this subject. I could have been a predator.
Pause. Already. We already fucking up. Pause. Like, really, when you start off with a statement saying, I could have been a predator, I don't know what else to tell you. I literally don't know what else to tell you, bro. I mean, this man is literally saying, I could have been a predator. So, to a certain extent, he understands what the fuck is doing here. So, just so you know, I'm going to play a little bit of this clip. I don't want to go too in-depth in it because this story has already been out there. Some of you guys already watched it. It is what it is, all right? No need to recap what it is, but just so you guys to get a clear understanding, because what we're about to dive into with this whole Mike Hannibal or whatever the hell his name is, right? We're going to dive into that stuff. It's going to make sense, and he's going to help you guys understand what the kind of nonsense that's going on underneath in these communities here, all right? Just pay attention.
And I am a little sympathetic to R. Kelly. I know that sounds really, really crazy, but hear me out. I guess I need to start with what I've done. When I was doing my Craigslist protocols hot and heavy, I would get a ton, I mean a ton of high school girls answering my ads.
We already fucking up again. We are a ton of high school girls answering my ads. Not one, not two, not three. Hell, you probably can't even answer them under count them on your fingertips here, but a ton of them. All right, a ton of them. And then he goes on to say that he's gotten done messing with 15-year-olds in terms of sending them photos. Now, to be fair with them, there was no sexual activity. And he went on to the Lead Attorney show and some of these other people's shows, right? Talking about, no, I didn't have sex with 15-year-olds. You guys are misconstruing me, things like that. But I'm going to tell you right now, okay, I wouldn't put it past this dude. All right, for someone to just blatantly come out and say this shit, I'm not going to put him touching 15-year-olds. I'm not going to put him past him. That's it. What you got to say about it?
I mean, he's nothing short of a predator, man. He's trying to save face, just saying all this extra stuff. Like he's trying to, you know, how people like they try to kind of take some sting off of the story before they start talking. So that's what he's basically trying to do right here.
Yeah,
it was straight up predator, man. Predator alpha, as you say.
Predator alphas.
He just sounds manipulative in his voice. Like he sounds like a Dr. Giggles kind of guy, like me. Yeah, I've got this for you. I'm ready.
I'm ready for you. I could have been. Oh yeah, this is very riveting. This child over here.
Right.
Oh my God. Yeah, dude. Predator alphas is a topic of conversation today, guys. Welcome. Hey, hit that like button on the way in too, fellas. All right. Likes are free. All right. Likes are free. Go ahead and hit that button on the way in. But let's go ahead and continue.
And typically, I ignored them.
Typically.
Because even though I have a similar appetite to R. Kelly, I like young women, but I don't like children. But this is how a child tricked me. Typically, they would be young. There would be lots of signs that this girl was very, very young. And I would just ignore them. Then this one girl, she answered that. We started to talk, and she was an exceptionally mature 17-year-old. Let me say this again. This chick was 17.
Let me stop this right here. All right, because there's a bunch of stuff right off the bat. Even when I rewatching this now, it's just blowing up a bunch of red flags, right? First of all, let's cover the last thing he was just talking about. Exceptionally mature 17-year-old. What kind of 17-year-old do you know is fucking mature? All right, you still don't know shit. I don't give a shit if you've lived life, if you had a harsh life. Okay, there's still shit you don't know at that age. Okay, literally, there are things that you can't see until you've gone through that experience, and sometimes it takes time. When he's talking, I want you guys to understand this. When he's talking about exceptionally mature, he's talking about like body type. He's talking about like, you know, the body parts were in the right place and they fit so well. And he even goes on to allude to that, right? Mm-hmm. But you know how he says, he talks about his appetite, and then he's talking about typically I ignored him, right? Listen, man, I'm like, as this thing goes along, it gets more and more convincing that this man has done stuff with kids. He absolutely has done stuff with children. Go ahead if you want to add something to it.
I mean, as far as the whole exceptionally mature thing, he's definitely capping about that. Like you said, I think he's talking about her body, and he's just trying to make it seem like the conversation was that. But it's like, if you ask the right questions, you're going to see that a 17-year-old is a 17-year-old. Like if you ask, like, yeah, what's your job? Or what you got? I guess he said she was a hairdresser or something like that.
Yeah.
Like, where's your salon at? You know, like all this, there's so many different things that just go against what he's saying.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm just not with him on that. He's full of shit so far.
And the thing is, I think he already kind of shot himself in the foot too, because he's straight up capping. Because he said earlier, hold on, let me see if I can rewind this here.
Was different. She actually was a hairdresser.
Hold up. I hate how this screen like lags a little bit. But he was talking about how you would see signs, right? So he already knows typically there's signs of someone that's underage or someone that's not mature. He said that with his own mouth. And then you're going to sit there and say that a girl or a teenager tricked you. How the fuck did you get tricked as a teenager and you were supposedly multi-millionaire? Make that make sense to me. That don't make no freaking sense to me at all.
And she was an exceptionally mature 17-year-old. Let me say this again. This chick was 17. Her conversation was different. She actually was a hairdresser, and she answered my ad. And I fucked her. And oh my God, she had these amazingly firm double D titties. That should have been my clue, because when she would lay on her back, they would stand up and they were not fake titties. That should have been my clue. But, you know, I was caught up in the delicious pussy and she did everything I wanted her to do. Then one of the things that I would do is I would do social media search on all my chicks just out of curiosity. So I'm like doing my social media search and I find her Facebook page and I see her with her high school friends. And I'm like, oh shit. So I call her up and I ask her, because, you know, she told me she was 21. That's what she told me. And I was like, serious question. And at this time, I had fucked this chick 10, 15 times. And you cannot unfuck a chick. You can't unfuck her. And I was like, I need you to tell me something. How old are you? And then she got very silent and she said, I'll be 18 in 4 months. Then she also said the age of consent in Georgia is 16, so you're good. And I'm like, so she comes over and we have this conversation because she was everything that I liked. I like women who 5'3", she was 5'2". She had huge titties, little waist, fat ass, pretty toes. She was my prototype, even though she was extremely young. And you know what I kept doing? I kept fucking her.
Okay. So she didn't trick you because you already fucking know. You already know what the fuck was going on. You already talked to her. You already had a conversation, but you kept fucking her. So you chose. And then he talks about his appetite. How many? And then he later goes on, because I don't even want to talk. I think 3 minutes is enough for this dude. But it's just the thing. He goes on to talk. For those of you guys who've already seen the tape, talk about like, oh, I can control myself. The difference between me and R. Kelly, we're different. You know, all this different stuff like that. How many of y'all actually think that this motherfucker knows how to contain himself, understanding what it is that he was talking about and what he goes on to talk about and what he does with the mamas and the daughters while they were in the same room?
Nah, I don't think he knows. He has no idea.
No, this dude has a zero fucking like chill, bro. I would tell you right now, you put up, because he's talking about later 14-year-old girls and stuff like that with millionaire people he knows of, right? Because he also alludes to that, talking about, oh, you guys know the name, put his name in the chat or a comment section. But he knows someone who get 14-year-olds and shit trafficked to him. So this dude is a 100% predator alpha, bro. Like this guy is you can't get any fucking crazier than that. But you want to know what's even worse than this motherfucker right here?
What we got?
There's a whole fucking slew of them who don't even fucking have YouTube videos out there.
Man.
Who don't fucking have anything like that out there. But they're out here preying on single moms in vulnerable situations, right? Who don't pay attention to the kids. And they're going out here finding these women, knocking them up or scarring them for life. Even just like he goes on to talk about later, oh, the 15-year-old I smashed with her mama and all that, and I kept smashing, not 15, or 17-year-old girl I smashed, and I smashed her with the mama, whatever it is. You know, I end up doing that, and now she's gonna be a good or the right hoe for the for some dude out there in the future. So understanding that you're turning these girls out, teaching them tricks and all that, so they can go out and then go damage other people out in the real world. That's what you're doing. So not only are you hurting the particular woman, but then you're hurting other people that woman might interact with in the future, because she's carrying that burden. And that's the problem. There's a whole slew of men like this dude, Glendon Cameron, who are doing this to daughters that guys end up interacting with. And y'all don't believe me. How many of y'all out there right now know a friend or know a family member or know of someone who's been touched when they were younger? I can say that. I've dated a few people who end up talking to me about that. I know people who've been in situations like that. And I'm sure someone in that chat right now, someone in the comment section watching this later, knows someone who's gone through that shit.
Yep, definitely. And what you said earlier, it shows a lot about him. He said he knew somebody that gets 14-year-olds trafficked to him, and he hasn't said anything about that. Lets you know that right there that yeah, bro, you with this kind of stuff, bro. Like, there's no other way around it.
Nah, you are straight up like I don't even know what else to say. So essentially, we're gonna go into this other video right here, and this other video because it's so perfect. Here, you guys are gonna love this. All right, this makes perfect sense what we're about to do here, because what y'all about to find out is basically the other side to this, right? The other side to this. And when I was talking about there are other guys out here who are doing this, who are known for doing this, and this exists in the neighborhood, that is an absolute fact. Matter of fact, one of them basically just outed himself, and y'all basically know it's this dude named Mike. What is that? Mike. What is it? Hannibal or something like that. What is it? What is this dude's name? Huxtable, whatever it is. You know, some fucking weirdo name like that. But we got a guy named Mike. Hold up.
What if you could control the web?
Hold up. Let me get these ads out of the way real quick. Hold up 1 second. But this dude, yeah, Haugabook. Mike Haugabook. All right, so he got busted basically because people found out that the person he ended up getting married to was will end up being his goddaughter. All right, and his goddaughter from baby mama that he was seeing and sleeping with actively, right? And it's wild because after she turned 18, they were married. And now everyone's like freaking out because they went public with that. And they're like, yo, what in the fuck is happening? How is this 61-year-old dude married to this 18-year-old? Like, what is happening? That's such a big age difference. It's not even funny. He's old enough to be your granddaddy.
Crazy.
I'm shocked, bro. Yeah. So this is the video that basically took the entire world by storm, bro. It's from World Star Hip Hop, and it's basically them. You see them getting married. That's her right there.
Who's that passing her on?
That's probably her brother. So look at this dude. Wow. Look at this dude. Look at this man. Look at this man. He could eat 3 of her. Look at this. He looking at her like a whole snack. Look at this. Look at this shit. Look at this. This dude is fuck. This is the Glendon Cameron Effect. This is the Predator Alpha in progress right now. This is what it is. This is the look at this shit.
I'm gonna say this and I'm gonna be done with this shit and let y'all little ignorant ass.
So this is just a short clip of it, and we're gonna actually go through the full video of her talking shit in the car. But before we go through the full video of her talking shit in the car, we're gonna go ahead and go through the mom's response right after this video. But you're gonna see a small little snippet of it, because essentially what had came out was everyone was wilding out like, yo, what the fuck is this shit? Like, how basically the picture you and I saw, we're like, yo, how is this even possible? All right, so everyone's freaking out, rightfully so. And her mama, basically came out and said something about that. She had some few choice words, and y'all see what kind of woman this lady is in a minute, right? But she came out here basically giving her side of the statement. Everybody else was criticizing. So this car video is her basically in response to mainly her mama, but like kind of everybody else at the same time.
No class asshole after this shit. Me and my husband, we're married. Me and my husband ain't going nowhere. I don't give a fuck. I don't care. I don't give two fucks at that, not even one, about y'all opinions. Y'all on here talking about, oh, I'm just stating my opinion. I'm just stating my opinion. I'm just stating shit. It don't mean shit to us. So why the fuck waste your time and energy and your motherfucking time out of the day and your life to sit up here and keep on saying it? That's your opinion. We don't care. At the end of the day, everything is done. We're legally motherfucking married. I'm 18. I'm grown now. Talking about, oh, you just a baby. I'm 18, bitches. I moved out my mama's house when I was 16. 16. 16. Fucking 16. What did I do? Get a job.
Pay attention to that too, y'all. Those of y'all just joining in. Hey, hit that like button too, guys. Come on. Likes are free. But pay attention to this, man. She moved out of her house when she was 16. All right. So what contentious situation was she doing? Was she in? I wouldn't say she was doing. Was she in with the family situation she was staying with that had her running away from home? Because runaways, usually you don't run away unless there's a problem. There's a problem usually at home. So is it a problem with the mama? Is it a problem with what? Why did she run away? All right. Because this is what happens. It's children that often come from dysfunctional situations like that fall victim to guys like this dude.
Yeah, she sounds a little unruly to me, man. I could see it probably being like her and her mom kept bumping heads and everything like that. And then she got a little older. She started feeling like the mom was more so a friend or just like another girl off the street. So whenever the mom would say something to her, then she'll go crazy, and then she was gonna run and leave and do all this, and that kind of led her to feel like I guess Glendon Cameron Huckaboo over there. She seems a little thrown off. I don't know if it's just like her lack of experience in life or what, but it's
that.
Yeah.
No, you're on point. It is her lack of experience, right? But she thinks just because that she's loud, she's screaming, and she thinks she's in charge of what she's doing, she's in control. And this is what you see from a lot of teenagers too when they do this, right? Because they go, "Oh, I know what I'm doing. I know life and whatnot." Really, you don't realize that you were just a pawn this entire time. You basically just you had your life ruined at this point by this man, and you don't even realize it because you weren't brought up in a situation with helpful people, family, healthy friends, and people around you let you know that you are not in a healthy situation. You are not in a typical situation. A situation where you run away at 16, right? And 16 years old, probably run away to this dude's house over here, right? Dealing with him over here. So at 16, doing that, you're by definition not ready for what the fuck is coming out, because now you're in a super vulnerable state with a man who knows way more than he's doing. He knew you since you were a baby.
Yeah.
Y'all saw the picture on the thumbnail on the way in. Y'all saw the picture on the thumbnail. He carried her as a baby. That's so weird, bro. That's weird. How do you put your stuff in something that you nurtured as a baby, bruh? That is a definition of a goddamn predator. You're her god fucking dad, dog. You held her as a child, and now you're married, having other kids with her. And that's another thing. She moved out when she was 16, and her kid was 2 years old.
Yeah, she's
When did you have that kid? When were you having intercourse with this man?
It's been happening probably a little bit before that, I think, to be honest. He's probably feeling like, yeah, I know just the right spot, man. I got this hot pickle over here. I know you like hot pickles. You can go get this real hot pickle too.
Yep.
It's been going on for a little bit. I don't think it just came up. Yeah, she was just 18, and then they decided on. I think it's been kind of like folks been saying in the chat, grooming the whole time. And
yep. This is the opposite of Brittany Renner right here. Except for he didn't go to no college. Yep. Couldn't get into college, bro. He had to get this one over here. They deal with single mamas and dysfunctional households.
Yep. Yeah, he probably been messing with her like way underage too beforehand, like kind of on some weird shit. Like before that, where she didn't really like it, and then she probably she got like Stockholm syndrome or something.
Yep.
I feel like it might be something like that.
Yeah, and this stuff happens in the community all the time. It happens to vulnerable girls all the time. So now her mind is warped, and she's going on defensive mode because she believes that, the world's against me and my husband. It's like, no, we're just saying that you're in a situation right now that, from the jump just was clearly manipulated. And here's the thing, right now, as an adult, now, do I feel a certain type of way? That the age gap is what I have the problem with, real talk, just her being an adult, right? Because other than that, okay, I have no qualms as an adult with you being able to deal with whoever you want to deal with. Listen, if you can send 18-year-olds to go die in war and shoot guns and whatever it is, okay, you can go ahead and decide who to be with, whoever you want to be with. The real problem is, okay, how long has this been going on? And has it been going on before you got to the stage that you were an adult? Because if that's the case, then we got ourselves a serious problem here, because we got ourselves a problem where a guy was basically dealing with you when he legally wasn't supposed to. And like you said earlier, this isn't something that they just spawned off out of nowhere. This is something that they've been dealing with under the mama's nose the entire time, and they only went public because she turned 18.
Right.
And it was legal all of a sudden. It was better.
Exactly what happened.
This shit happens all the time. This is a Glendon Cameron playbook, and this dude ran it. He ran it step by step, right here.
Straight up.
Get a job. Pregnant and all, working. Pregnant, fucking working. At 16 with no motherfucking body. I ain't had nobody. My mama was a druggie. Nobody, never had nobody. I'm not saying this to show to have no sympathy or looking for sympathy. Nobody sympathizing with me. This is not what it's for. I'm just letting y'all know that I don't give a fuck about y'all opinions. It don't mean shit to me. It don't, because at the end of the day, everybody have a life to live. Okay, so
okay, that's a little childish nature coming in, because here's the thing: if you didn't give a shit about what people think, what thought of you, you won't be out here making a video so fucking emotional. You're a child. You're a fucking child throwing a tantrum. Listen, if it doesn't bother you, then it'd be what is this? Whatever, just get it out of my face. But it bothers you because clearly there's something wrong with that situation, and people are gonna keep hounding you. They're gonna keep hounding the situation because they felt like you were taken advantage of. The same thing that we do with PJ Washington. We call this garbage out, and we call out Brittany Renner. We're going to be doing the same thing with you and this dude over here. We're going to call it out. So by definition, you're not mature because you're not handling this in a mature way. Taking this to social media and doing all this, you're a definition of a kid right now, bruh. You don't even know. I'm here defending this man. Come on. Your favorite pharmacist, thank you for the $20 super chat, baby. How you doing? Shout out to you supporting the show. I appreciate you. The chat appreciates you. We all appreciate you. Nah, real talk, man. It's crazy out here. This is what happens all the damn time. And she's over here acting like she's grown, and she's not grown. Lady, you don't know shit. You don't know nothing. And it's only going to come and hit you when you get older, especially dealing with a man that old. Let's just preface this for a second, okay? You're having kids with a man that old. He's 61. All right. He's got at best, 20, 30 years. I doubt he's going to live to 100 size of that nigga. Right. Too many goddamn heart problems, bro. Right. That's what this is. So he's definitely not going to live to 100 plus years old. Now, you don't be in a situation where you're okay. Let's give it this. We give you a healthy 20-year marriage, if that even happens, right? Because that marriages rarely go that long anyways. As you get older in age, you're going to start experiencing problems. This is where the maturity level isn't even there right now. She's not even processing this, because as you get on the age, the D he giving you, it ain't going to be like working the same way it's working at 61. I'm surprised he got that bitch working. I'm surprised. So it's like at 61, hey, listen, that's only going to gradually get worse. And then I'll think about the child, right? He's not going to be able to interact with the child as often as he should be, because he's going to be an old-ass granddad. True. Simple as that. And you're going to die. You're going to die before you even get to the point where she's probably going to be 40 years old. So what are you going to do then? How are you going to live this life by yourself? Or not to mention, let's say you go ahead and start buying into this IG model, Instagram thought Avenger bullshit, right? And you decide, you know what? I'm going to divorce you and I'm going to go out there and do it out on my own. Now what are you going to do? Right. You've been you come from a dysfunctional ass background, dealing with the dude since you were probably 14, 15, 16 years old. Fuck that. Mm-hmm. I find it hard to believe that he was only dealing with her sexually when she turned 16. I find it hard. I find that hard to believe. Definitely young, way before that. And you out here with a kid, you left your man all dysfunctional from a fucked up background. You think you're going to take this mess, this baggage, and bring to another human being? Really? Yeah. And you think you're going to have a happy relationship?
And she got married. She got married way too early too. Like I hear a lot of stories about folks getting married early and the girl end up cheating on them and stuff like that. And she seems like that type right there, that she's so unhinged and she just don't really, like, her mind is so gone. She's gonna cheat on him. Like, that fat old man ain't gonna be looking good to her. Like, his money and all that ain't gonna work. Like you said, he probably ain't really working right now. He probably got them blue pills sitting up in the cabinet, getting them right. Yo, and he can't do too much because he's big as hell, so he can't get on top of that. He just got to sit back, like. So she gonna get
her ride. Yo, it's gonna get boring.
Gonna get boring.
It's fucking crazy, man. And you brought up another interesting point, man, because that goes to like her level of maturity too. It's like what you're not even thinking like where this is gonna go. There's no like long-term solution here. So you think that people are hating. People aren't hating, girl. People basically saying, yo. You're in a situation right now, you're way in over your head. You're thinking mature and to understand what's happening right now, but you don't. You're not understanding this. And guys, as we get through this video, you'll see where a lot of this attitude and a lot of this baggage is coming from, because it is wild. Let me show you this. Hold up. Let's keep playing.
46. Half of y'all motherfucking mammies he probably fucked half of y'all motherfucking peoples. Probably fucked your mammies. And you got y'all daddies mad, and some of y'all motherfuckers mad at him because he on his shit and we both on our shit. And the fuck, y'all just mad because I'm happy. Deja always gonna be happy. No, y'all hoes thought that I wasn't never gonna be shit because of my past. That's what the fuck y'all thought, and I proved y'all wrong. That's why y'all hoes really mad. But at the end of the day, that shit ain't
hold up. We gonna say this. We gonna go to the mama, and then we gonna go to the full clip. No, you're by definition, you're doing it wrong. Yeah. You are doing it wrong, and that's what they're trying to tell you. You think you're out here? I know we're married, and y'all think I'm doing it wrong. No, y'all thought I was gonna make it out because of my background, but look at me, I made it. No, by definition, you're living like a product of someone who came from a fucked up background. What the fuck are you talking about, bro? Get the fuck out of here! Like, it doesn't make any fucking sense. Like, you're grown. I mean, this is just a childish mentality. You're not even fucking thinking about this shit. Right? Like, it's fucking crazy.
Yeah, what's her plan? What's she supposed to be doing?
I can tell you she has none. I can tell you right now, 100%, she has none. But yeah, we're gonna play because the World Star pretty much put the short version of it because they had the initial clip when they were walking down the aisle and they were getting married and holding hands with old boy. All right, and then this part they kind of clipped it in with the first part that we just saw, but it was a full extended clip when she goes in, and there's more too because there's another one that she came out with after, like. Bro, listen. And Odu also came up here. They're both sitting on the camera and stuff, talking about their shit and whatnot. And I only saw a little bit of that one. So the reaction to that one's going to be crazy because it's going to be like, yo, I'm seeing this shit for the first time with y'all. So let's go ahead and I'm going to get to this other one right here because this is the mama. When they initially found out about this, mama decided to speak out, right? And y'all going to see where this attitude comes from, okay? Up 1 second. All right, let's put this up here.
You tried to play me, so we fell out.
God damn. Wow. God, hold on. Like came in hot. Came off the bat. Listen, if y'all don't see where old girl got the attitude from, look at right here. Look at this. Just look at this. Look at this woman right here. Let's just let that be known. I'm gonna turn this down so my eardrums don't get blown the fuck out. But guys, try to keep up with what's happening here, okay? Like real talk, it's it's crazy. Bernie L, thank you so much. Shout out to you for the $20 super chat. Duke and Don dropping awesome streams. Fuck yeah, we are, man, and we're gonna keep dropping awesome streams. We're gonna keep doing this thing until we go to the fucking moon. That's what's going to happen. So I appreciate it, and we want to take y'all with us too as well, man, because shout out to y'all. You guys in the chat, you guys in the comment section, you guys are what helps keep this show going. Real talk, because I come in, I read the comments every single day. You guys are sending us, hey, this is how you guys are impacting us. This is the show's awesome. And I'm just ain't shit dude sitting here talking to y'all. But the fact that it's having such an impact, it's like, yo, I want to keep doing this. I want more disadvantaged people who are coming in with the fucked up brutality of the dating market to understand how to basically deal with the opposite sex without none of these weird ass, crazy ass red pill conditioning. And on top of that, we also want to call out bullshit like these fucking predator alphas, these fake alphas and fake females alphas out here. They got to get called out for the bullshit that they're fucking spitting on you guys, so and confusing all y'all motherfuckers. Meanwhile, they're living the complete opposite life. So I shout out to you, Bernie L. You know, it's guys like you, people like you that basically help this channel keep growing. I see a whole bunch of new faces too as well. I appreciate you guys coming in. I'm glad you guys are fucking with the message. Go ahead and hit the like button though. Real talk, just hit that like button real quick. Just and we be good. That's all we care about. All right, and we'll keep getting more dope shows for you guys. That's all we care about. Get them likes up. Get them likes up. All right, let's go ahead and get this crazy woman on here and see what she got to say about this whole situation.
She came in the house. I had on a bathing suit and went to talk to the man in the back seat. Mike gonna tell me, you just want somebody to see that fat pussy. Don't you go with my daughter? Didn't you just bring her over here to get some more of her stuff that you brought over here? That me and my knee baby helped bring in this motherfucking house in the gardens? But did you just say that to me? See, I be quiet about a lot of shit because I don't be saying be having time, but I got bitch. I got
Time out. She got a backwood in her hand. Fucking, oh Lord. Oh, you not helping your credibility, woman. What you doing? What you doing? When we talk about coming from a dysfunctional place, what are you doing?
Right.
You're over here trying to plead your case to a man. Okay, so what she's basically talking about up until this point, y'all, basically the dude had came over and basically tried to pick up old girl stuff and whatever it is, and they were arguing back and forth and, you know, whatever it is, and now she's on live basically trying to talk her little talk. And you on live, out here looking reckless, hair's a mess, got that bullshit ass baseball cap on. I'm gonna come at you because you ruining lives out here, woman. All right, and then you got a backwood in your fucking hand smoking out here. What you doing?
Terrible.
Like, it's wild, bro. If you want people to see you different, there's an image to present it. And it goes back, because we're going to tie it into a lot of the stuff that we see on some of the recent manosphere spaces, like creators like Kevin Samuels, too, as well, when he talks about dysfunctional mothers. We've done videos on his shows about dysfunctional mothers in this situation. Look at her.
Right. Very dysfunctional. Is she trying to tell on the stepdad or whoever it is and tell the daughter, yeah, he been cheating on you? Because isn't that what she said?
Yeah, so she, you know what's crazy too? Because these type of women, they go in and they try to basically destroy the image of their daughters, right? Mm-hmm. And that's what this lady is gonna try to do. That's what, if y'all pay attention, that's what this lady tries to do. And Kevin Samuels talks about this on the show too, like how they basically destroyed the egos of their daughters. And then when we look at the daughter sitting there, right? You got her doing all that nonsense, and then you're gonna be like, all right, well, where the mama at? You look at the mama, you hear this,
right?
You hear all this nonsense.
I got high blood, and that shit came from hypertension. Because I go from 0 to 1,000,000 in 5 real fucking fast.
Not a compliment.
I am Puerto Rican.
Look at this.
Mostly. I am Navajo. I am Bahamian. And I got a little Irish. So that means, yes, I am crazy. So stay in your motherfucking lane and leave me the fuck alone.
Wow.
Leave me alone. Because I ain't it. Me alone. Daisy.
Got that dog in the back.
Whatever.
Like it.
Jackson, Haugabook, whoever the fuck you are, stay out my motherfucking face, ho. Please don't ever speak to me again in life, and I mean that. I mean that. You were literally just fucking over here yesterday, hugging and kissing on me. Now you on Facebook yesterday talking shit. Man, look, girl, I mean today. Talking cash shit. Don't do that. Don't do that. Find something safe to do, little girl. You 18. I'm not Killer B and all them little hoes you be arguing with. Come might study fucking bitches and bringing diseases. When your ass was over here, your pussy was itching then.
I don't know. I don't know what to say. She basically outed her daughter, basically saying you got an itch that you can't scratch. Right. And I wonder where she got it from. The douche that she's married to, maybe. Maybe I don't know. I don't know. I have no idea. The fact of the matter is, she's 18 years old. Ran out of your house when she was 16 years old. And how can a 16-year-old, or even prior to that, get in a situation when she's dealing with a dude who's had so much sexual experience, he got himself an itch he can't scratch? Or did she get it from you? Who did she get it from? It had to have been the dude she's married to, obviously. Yep. And you gonna sit there and out her like that? Now, pay attention to how this woman sounds, and imagine living under this roof with her. Imagine.
You know it's hell.
I can see why she ran away at 16. Are you kidding me? I'd run. Listen. I wouldn't even be able to stand 3 minutes in the fucking room. I couldn't even stand like 2 seconds. Real talk. As soon as you open your mouth, I'm done. We out of here. We gone. Imagine dealing with this for 16 years, or not even that, the majority of that 16 years, because she's going to go on and tell on herself. And I'm sure y'all have already seen the video already, but she's been to jail. So when she says she's crazy, she ain't playing. But then you wonder why our daughters are coming out loud here like this, from households like this, and they're out here not knowing how to do relationship right, like her daughter is currently doing right now.
Right. She even got the son, Jack. The fact that he It's another kind of thing. Like you just got the whole household. They got no backbone. I could never get my sister to some old guy that's been living with us the whole time. I have to fight him.
Yeah.
Before anything.
It's like you don't have to square up, bro. Right. You gonna have to square up because this shit ain't this is not gonna fly. You're not just gonna sit here and try to do shit with my sister or my nephew or my cousin or whatever or my niece or whatever it is, knowing that they're at the age that they're at. Like, who the fuck put this together? But that shows you there's no man in that house. The same thing with the Glendon Cameron Effect, the fucking predator alphas. This is it. This is what they do. They go in the house with women that sound like this. This is what they do, right? Because this is an easy situation. Mama don't give a shit. Calling her daughter a hoe, calling her daughter all these different things, embarrassing her on live.
Yeah, you know she was trashed all the way through.
All the way through. Look at her teeth, bro. I mean, look at this. Like, I'm sorry. Like, what is going on here? Like, what's this?
401k in the grill.
Cause your motherfucking itchy pussy motherfucking ass over here laying all that. You had to sleep with me, ho. And then 3 weeks later, you gonna get married. You dumbass bitch. It ain't my fault that you dumb as fuck. I'm sorry. I might have did start a little too much powder with your ass. Okay? That's probably what happened.
By definition, it is your fault. Hold up. By definition, it is your fault. What do you mean? No. See, this is the thing with our women, man. You sit there and you ruin your daughters and say, I don't know how you turn out like this. How could you coming out of my house? Look at the home she came from. Talking about you don't know how much she got fucked up. And then in the same sentence, over here talking about, oh, maybe I did a little bit more. I had a little bit more to drink or a little bit more to, sniff over there. So even before she came out into the world, you already fucking fucked her up. That's what you're admitting to.
Yeah, she wasn't no upstanding mother whatsoever. So.
Mother of the year does not go to this one over here. That is for sure.
This right here, I don't do this. Y'all know I don't do this shit. I don't do this. But I'd rather do this right here. Since you want to go live and do dumb shit, I'm going to stoop to your level. This goddess today, I'm just going to be from the hood. I'm going to stoop to your level today. So maybe somebody tell you that your mama seeing your mama going off about you and Mike sure is. And for all y'all stupid motherfuckers talking about, oh, y'all in love, y'all just do what y'all do. Da-da-da-da-da. Y'all bitches dumb as fuck. That's that girl goddaddy. And we was fucking. So what the fuck?
Time out. I always wonder, right? Because you see women like these and you're like, who in the right mind will put a baby in you? All right. So at least we kind of have a face to put to a fucking situation, because I've always wondered this. Who would look at this woman? Because clearly I'm going to say this. She's probably has been who she is even when she met that Mike dude, right? She was probably the exact same way. So I'm sorry. Who in the right mind, in the sane, stable mind, would want to go ahead and put a baby in that if they weren't already fucked up?
Person wasn't right either. You see, he ain't around. It had to be something. It was probably somebody that was like how her brother is, just a little offset, weird. I think it was somebody like that.
Mm-hmm. That's fucking weird.
That's crazy.
That's nasty as fuck. I would never fuck behind no family, no friends, no none of that. And then when I told your dumb ass, you still married the nigga. Stupid bitch. That's your fault. Now go run that. Go run that. Go tell that. Go talk about that. Fuck wrong with you.
Yeah, no. She actually did already, and it does not look good for you, mama. But yeah, that's in her clip, basically out her daughter, in the most cringe, wildest way like anyone could do that, right? Any mother could, and you could tell there's no love in that household where she's coming from. So I'm not surprised why the lady ran away. And on top of that, okay, the fact that you told. First of all, this whole situation is all fucked up, because I want to get mad at the daughter, but I can't, because I understand where the situation she was coming from, right? Yeah. And it's like, damn, bro, like you sitting here, you telling her that you damn near you had sex with the same guy that you're getting married to. And when I look at this situation, this is so similar to that Glendon Cameron case, right? And it almost made me believe, because we were just talking about, okay, well, they go after guys like this, go after women in vulnerable situations. So was this a targeted point? Like, did he look at this family and basically say, okay, you know what? what you is. You about 5 years old right now. Okay. We'll see what's going to happen next, 10, 20 years, and we'll go from there. Right. Did he plan this out?
I think so. I think he was probably like, you know your mom's crazy. Now come on over here and touch this. I got something.
Yup.
So
crazy mama like that.
Mm-hmm.
So the next clip we're going to go into, guys, I told you, we're going to cover 360 of this beef, all right? This little beef between, Florida mama and goddaughter, whatever the hell they got going on here, because, it's for real fucked up. But yeah, we're gonna cover this because here's the thing. They ended up having a response to this, all right? They had a response video. Look at old fool over here. All right, they ended up having a freaking response video, got them all here together, all right? And now they're gonna let us know what's happening here, and we're gonna react to it.
I've been talking about none of it, because it don't bother me at all. It don't bother me at all. That's why I ain't been commenting on nothing. But when it came down to y'all messing with my family, now you pulling me up out the grave to come step there this because I love all my family, all my cousins, all my nephews, all my nieces. I love all of them, and I'll go to that graveyard about them. Leave my family out of this. If you're going to do something to my cause, do it to my cause. Leave my family.
Talking about, he got them fucking teeth too.
Yeah.
What is happening? Oh, man. The I ain't shit nigga fucking starter pack right here. Like, this is crazy, bro. This is wild. And look at her. Just standing like, You have no idea what you're getting yourself into. Real talk. The same thing that we talk about when, because guys, you want to say, what about the guys, right? Because guys, listen, I'm gonna tell you this right now. Even the guys, look at PJ Washington. They have no idea what the fuck they're getting themselves into. None, not the slightest clue, because they don't have that experience. Talking about, talking about my family. Y'all can do shit to my car, but you can't talk about my family. You over here intruding into people's homes and stealing their babies. What the fuck? You a weirdo, bro.
Weird.
This shit out of him, bro. Stop acting like a bitch and start a bitch shit. Niggas like you being hoe shit, y'all niggas hoes to me. Y'all ain't no real niggas. Hoes follow. That is not her daughter. That is my daughter at my mom's 80th birthday. Now run and tell that. Run and tell that. We finna end this right now with this. Play pussy, get fucked. Don't play with my family, you clowns.
And I have pictures of when I was a baby. That is not me. And that, if you look on the post, it clearly does not say 2000 and whatever. That was 2015. 2000 and what was it? 2016. Like that was not even me. That wasn't. First of all, I was a little black baby. I look just like my daughter when I was a baby. That is not me. So I don't know what y'all trying to throw together to put up there on the internet about, me and him holding me. He never even held me as a baby. We never even knew each other, but it's fine though. Y'all can go ahead. I'm gonna let y'all think what y'all want to. Keep on, because at the end of the day, we're happy. I'm still married. He's still married. We is doing fine. We're doing fine, and I'm happy. And I love to see all the energy, even from the haters. I love to see it. Keep coming.
Yep, you're gonna get that all right, because we gonna bring all that damn energy right here. Right here. And you know what? It's gonna be perfect. It's gonna be perfect because people like you don't understand what the fuck is happening right here. And it's up to the adults in the situation, apparently, to basically let you know that. That's basically what it is. Hold up, let me get rid of that.
They're killing them in the comments.
They were in your own comment section as you were doing your live. They were calling you a perv and a loser. All right, so okay, you came out and you clarified that maybe that wasn't you. He was holding the picture, and we all got that wrong. We'll admit that if we were wrong on this show, okay? But to be fair, your mama came out and said that's what it was. All right, and everybody who was in that group came out and said that what it were. I can understand if she did that out of spite, but you still don't know what the fuck is happening here. You don't understand. You're happily married. Girl, you 18. I'm going to tell you this. I was 1 year older than you when I got married. And guess what? I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. And look how long that lasted. A whole 4 years, and it was done with. That's it. It was done. You don't understand the work that needs to go into being married, all right? And yeah, you can go back and say, well, people got married, were a lot younger back then, and this, what it is. Yeah, but at that point in time, they were raised to be wives. Look at the household she came from. You itchy, you got really itchy. That's not a home. That's the shit. You think that woman raised that daughter to be a wife? That girl is gonna grow up and be the exact copy of her. What you got to say, bro? What you got to say
There was
about that?
definitely a lot of abuse going on in that house right there. And I think that's probably part of the reason she ran away and all that. And then the little goddad was coming over there talking about, man, I like that and all this kind of stuff. It's just bad. It's looking bad out here in these streets for her.
Looking mad,
bad. Yeah, it's no future in that relationship.
Like
I don't even know how she's finding that guy attractive. It's strictly off the fact that he's got manipulation tactics. That's literally it.
I was gonna ask too, like, how much of it too do you think? Because when I'm looking at this, when she's saying, "Oh, we happily married," I think she's doing it as a fuck you to her mama, right? As a in your face kind of spite. I think part of what she's feeling right now is that like this is hurting you, mom. Okay, this is great. We're happily married. Meanwhile, you're not happily married. You're not, and you don't understand what's gonna be coming afterwards. So how much of that is actually due to her trying to spite her mom because of all this shit going on right now?
Yeah, I think the mom like really, really abused her back in the day, and that's probably why she's the way she is. And she's trying to get back to her. I think it's definitely that.
Man, so what we're gonna do? We're gonna tie this all together, right? Because we're gonna take a page from Kevin Samuel's one of his recent live. I think he did this not too long ago, and I got sent partial of this clip. That's how I even got turned on to it, and I watched the whole thing because I thought it was great. All right, and in this live, basically he was talking about the mother-daughter archetypes, right? And it was a little bit more involved in that and whatnot, but I want to play the segment of when he was going over those archetypes, right? Because I really want you guys to understand, after everything we just got done watching right now, right? After everything we just done watching, pay attention to the different signs of the mothers and the daughters. And Grant and I, we're gonna also kind of break that down too as well, to how y'all know what the fuck is going on and understand where a lot of this hatred and a lot of this dysfunction is coming from. All right, it is coming from dysfunctional situations like this. And if this doesn't make a huge case on why men need to be present, why women need to recognize that men present in their lives, especially if they have daughters, is very important. This is going to help you basically understand that, because I'm going to tell you this right now. Even Super Predator #1, Glendon Cameron, was talking about this, right? Hey, he not going to go into a household that's intact with the mama and the daddy, because he go ahead and fuck around the daughter going, hey, dad, something happened to me. Or dad's going to basically go and be involved. And guess what happens? The cop's going to be knocking down your door. And he said this in the video. So he fucking knows the consequences of dealing with situations. So he finds households that have mamas like that we saw here, to be able to go ahead and do his thing, to unhindered, unfeathered. So when a 16-year-old can be so fed up with dealing with her home, with her mama, and want to run out here and deal with something like that, it's because he knows what he's dealing with. If there was a father in the home that was involved that cared, I guarantee you he wouldn't have gotten as far as he did.
Nowhere near.
Nowhere freaking near.
When I'm gonna meet that Glendon, man? When I'm gonna meet Glendon, that boy you keep talking about? Yeah, it ended right there.
That's it. That's Glendon Cameron. That's him. That's the archetype right there. So we're about to play this little clip, this little section of him going over the different archetypes and whatnot, and we'll go from there. But I want you guys to understand that this shit happens all the freaking time. And then when we see the dysfunction in the community, when you see this dysfunction with modern women nowadays, you guys got to understand where a lot of this stuff is coming from. All right. And after this, we have to go over like what needs to start happening for a lot of people, a lot of young women who've been through similar hurt like this, to at least be able to take the right foot and move forward. And we need to start doing that. We need to start having these conversations. Enough of this black woman or women can't do no wrong nonsense. It's done. All right. Real men need to be out here and be calling these bullshit out and let them know, because the fact of the reality is, guys, this is our fault. The state of the dating relationship that we're in right now, this is our fault. And the reason why it's our fault, because we allowed this shit to happen. We didn't put our foot down. We let these weak ass, beta bitch boys out here call the shots, and look where we are right now. Strong men build, weak men tear shit down. That's just how the world works. That's why we can't let these weak men be out here running the streets. We can't let them, Because if they run the streets, the women are going to be weak too.
Yep.
So let's go ahead and play this clip real quick. Let me know if y'all can hear it.
Shall we? 7 types of mother-daughter relationships and how they influence the daughter's life. First one, the sisters. We're going to scroll through this. I'm going to read through these so you guys can see it yourself. Sisters. In this case, the mother and daughter are absolute equals, behaving more like sisters. They even compete with each other, and the mother always wants to avoid actual motherhood. How it affects the daughter. Daughters raised by these mothers are often more responsible and become leaders. They value boundaries between people, but at the same time, they might feel unloved, emotionally neglected, and fear rejection. Next, best friends. This relationship is built on trust, and the mother is the first person the girl goes to with their problems. The mother is very much involved in her daughter's life and supports her, always knowing what to say and being whoever the daughter needs her to be, a best friend, a love expert, a shopping partner, even a partner in crime.
That girls right there,
affects the daughter. Girls with mothers like these are not afraid to face challenges or take risks. They even feel loved and understood when they initiate relationships and don't fear rejection.
And this is how mothers are supposed to be interacting with their kids, right? To show them that love, to show them that support, to show that pretty much be that structural backbone that the kids can rely on and come to in times of comfort. These are the kind of things we don't see nowadays from modern women. Matter of fact, what we see is kind of like the first example he was talking about, the best friend situation, right? Now, a lot of mothers, they don't find that as a, I'm gonna let my kid, just be free and, do your thing and treat them as like little adults and things like that, And what you end up doing is you end up reducing yourself to the same level as the person you're supposed to be leading. How the fuck you gonna lead somebody and you on the same level? Or they see you at the same level. There have to be a certain level of respect for you to be able to lead or command leadership out of somebody. When we go back to that lady's mama, Deja Haugabook, or whatever the fucking name is, right? When we go back to her mama, that's somebody who is the exact opposite of that shit. She's the kind of woman who doesn't listen. Probably the way she talks to you, if you guys paid attention to the video, the way she talked to her daughter, it's like how a peer would talk to a peer.
Exactly.
So it tells me that when she was growing up, she didn't have that she didn't set up that respect factor. She didn't set up that boundaries. Talking about your daughter's box like that in public. Talking about all these different things. Talking about the men you dealt with just like that. Just how open and casual she was made me believe that you were on that same wavelength in number one. And example one he was talking about.
Exactly what that was. Definitely was competition the whole time, talking to her like she was off the street. All that, man. All that was going on.
Yeah.
Time.
And we wonder why, because y'all asked this question. Why is it that, modern women, especially single mother modern women, why is it that they compete with their daughters? This is why. This is why most women have, especially not most women, I'm talking about women who got narcissistic issues, selfish personalities, types like that, right? They get super jealous of their daughters when they start becoming reach an age of sexual maturity. Why? Because of Glendon Cameron super predators like that. Because of that, because they understand that at any point in time, this dude I'm probably dealing with, right, will probably be looking at my daughter a different way. That subconscious jealousy. And not only that, just out there in the world where they could say, okay, well, my daughter's probably getting way more attention than I'm getting, right? That's the exact same thing. That's a scenario that we're seeing right now. And you can't get mad as a mother when your daughter doesn't respect you and your daughter doesn't want to be anywhere near you because you did not spend that time through the vulnerable years she was growing up to foster that in the first place. You could have been like mother number 2 over here. But you're fucked up and you think coming on here yelling at your fucking kid because she married the man you used to date is a problem? You don't know, acting like you don't know where the problem came from. You started that. Charity begins at home and it came with you. That's wild.
Well, did you ever look into that little video I sent you about Cynthia G? It's basically like like we got the manosphere and like how they're kind of silly and stuff over here. It's like basically I guess kind of a coon woman spirit. Like they only talk about dating outside the race.
Okay.
And then they say something else about how they need to stop raising black men and start aborting the babies and everything like that. And
What?
yeah, and it's like they're not looking at the fact that that they're choosing bad, and at the same time they're doing terrible jobs. Like this mom here that we just been looking at, and you basically have unraveled a whole lot that goes against their argument, man. Pretty crazy.
Yeah. It's wild, man, because this is the thing. This is why you need black boys, but not just black boys. You need the right kind of black boys, and the right kind of black boys come from the right kind of households, and the right kind of households are when parents are intact. So predators like these don't come at you. So then they don't ruin your daughter's lives before it gets started, and they get to the point where they're on shows like Tasha, who's it? Cynthia G, right? Talking about that all men should be aborted. Those are your fathers. Those are your brothers. Those are your freaking nephews. And you're saying there are women out here saying they shouldn't exist, and women should actively go ahead and destroy them. That's wild, man. That just shows you the lack of respect that a lot of women have for their men out here nowadays, right? And a part of it is on the fault for the men because we haven't done anything in terms of showing that we're respect worthy. And for y'all, we go sit there and push back in the chat or whatever. What I'm talking about is when this shit and nonsense was kicking off, nobody was there to put their fucking foot down and say, nah, whatever. And they're gonna be screaming. Yeah, they're gonna be crying. That's what it is. But if you as a leader know exactly what is best for them, then it's like, I don't give a fuck what you're talking about. I know what direction we're going, and it is what it is. If you don't like it, jump off the ship. It is what it is. We're going this way. And that's what it is. And you give them the choice, whether you can follow where we're going or you can jump off the rails and then go live your own life, go start your own society. But they don't, because they understand that, okay, this is where the power is at. And they will respect you. That's just how it is. But we let this shit get out of hand because everyone started marching, everyone started screaming and crying, and they got the weak ass beta dudes who trying to smash but trying to do it on the low key, come out there with the signs, holding this, saying yes, a million women march, yes, they got the pussy hat on, yes, give women more rights than they already have. We support that, and you wonder why we're in this mess. It takes strong, competent men to come out here and call this shit out and say enough's enough. And goddamn, whatever the yelling and screaming is. Some of you guys who are managers right now, how many guys in this chat right now have ever been managers? How many guys in this chat has ever been in a situation where they've led somebody, right? Yes, you take the thoughts and the concerns of the people that you're leading into consideration. But then ultimately, you have to make the decision. You're not out here going around and saying, okay, what is it you want? Okay, we're going to do that, or we're going to do that. And you're supposed to be the person leading the ship. Just like this channel here, growing this channel. Well, I need to even keep sending us messages talking about, you should do things this way, or you should do things that way. And this is how you should do it. It's like, and I'll go and I look at the channel, maybe got a few videos here, but they ain't doing nothing. I'm like, how the hell are you going to tell me how to do my videos? And I'm doing shit that's working so far. Now, if somebody who has way more shit than I have, way more experience and been in the game longer, come in and say, yo, Duke, this is how you got to do this. This is how you got to do all this stuff. All right. I'm going to fucking listen because clearly you have the experience. All right. And you are clearly more experienced in the situation. I will let you take the lead. But if we're sitting here coming out of a household where there's no leadership structure and you're talking about men should be aborted and shit like that, this is why. And you're going to see more situations like this where fake predator alphas out here are going to come seeking out women just like you. And there are a lot more single moms coming out nowadays. All right. And who knows how many of these Glendon Camerons that we have running around out here? Who knows? Right. But they're going to come out here hunting for your daughters. Let's continue.
Women like... How many women wish they had a mother who they could turn to for real support, who didn't just raise them like that other woman? I taught myself how to cook. I taught myself. Here's the thing on Instagram, when I would ask women, what did your mother teach you how to do? Their mothers taught them nothing. Nothing. Not how to cook, to clean, no nothing. Their mothers basically babysat. Oh shit.
Hold up. As he does that, I'm gonna just pause it right there because when I heard that actually hit me. That hit me. Because a lot of women out here, I'm gonna tell you this. I'm not saying all right, CJ or J, in case you're listening, okay? I'm not saying all women, okay, but a lot of women out here, they're glorified babysitters. Glorified babysitters. They have the kid, and it's all about, okay, well, what? Oh, you know, you go fend for yourself. Mama's got to do hers. And I saw this growing up. I saw a lot of this shit growing up, man, because I grew up in the neighborhood. I grew up seeing baby mamas out here. I grew up with friends who had mamas out here that were more worried about how they look coming out the house and what the kids look like. Come out here smelling like piss. Coming out here with these rusty ass, old ass shoes, socks dirty, all this different stuff. Hair unkept.
Yeah.
But the mama looked good. This is what we see happening. And it struck a chord with me when he said that, because it was like, yo, this is so true. A lot of single moms out here are just babysitters. All right. So it's like, why the fuck do you want these kids in the first place? If you just pawn them off to someone else or neglect them, you're going into situations with dudes that you barely know, with for kids that you're not even prepared to have.
Right.
This is how communities get fucked up. And then some of y'all out here talking about, now we got to keep it black. We have to put things together. We have to do this. Well, we can't have a together community if this is bullshit keeps happening. We need more women out here to set the example. And that's why I love this channel. That's why I love this chat, because some of y'all women in here, y'all are, first of all, I want to say shout out to y'all, because some of you guys who even participate in this, y'all are basically setting the tone right here. All right. I'm going to tell you how you guys are setting the tone, because not a lot of women who even come into YouTube, right, who even come in, and let's say they do come into YouTube, but deal in certain manosphere spaces, not a lot of them have the same mentality y'all do. Let's just keep it a stat. Not only that, but are willing to voice their opinions either in the chat or coming up here on the show. So shout out to you guys. But here's the thing. We got to do a little bit more than that. We have to do a little bit more than that. The call is out right now. It is out. And y'all got to go out there. Y'all got to talk to these women, because we see where the problem is clearly coming from. Your mothers were the problem.
I just did a video about something like that, and the lady was 21 and she was mad that she had to take care of the kids, and they kept following her to the bathroom, and she was mad she had to get up early and stuff, so she went ahead and took her life and stuff. And then at the same time,
oh shit, yup. That's I was thinking about, because I was gonna bring that up as soon as you were saying, but yeah, you were talking about the same one. Yeah, a woman killed herself because she couldn't handle the pressure of doing this alone. You're not supposed to do this alone, ladies.
Right. But you didn't have just one kid, you had two kids. So you popped one out, you realized that it wasn't really what you wanted, and then you came back and did it again. So that's silly to me right there.
That's wild.
Yeah.
And here's the thing, man. Listen, I'm gonna go out on a limb and I'll say this right now. All right. Most other women, in a sense of being a man, right? You're not strong. You're not strong at all. You're vulnerable, and that's okay. But you have to be, what's not okay is trying to hide that vulnerability and masquerade it as strength, because we see through this bullshit. And guess what? Strong people don't go around telling other people that they're strong. They carry the pressure and keep it moving. But we hear out on the social media all the time, being a single mom is so hard. Y'all got to give us more shit because we're suffering over here. It's hard to be a parent. No one talks about the single dads. You know, single guys do this thing, but no one talks about that. Oh, single moms have all these problems. Look at the baby dad. He ain't doing shit. And yet y'all supposed to be strong, right? So why is it that the strongest people in the room are the ones who are screaming the loudest? Because I'm sorry, where I come from, the strongest people in the wombs are quiet. The rocks. The people you can depend on when shit happens. They're the people you know that ain't gonna wild out when a sticky situation happens. And when that situation does happen, they're by your side, helping you along the way. Like this second example he's talking to, how this daughter over here is able to come to the mom when a mom hits a sticky situation. The mom is her rock. Some of y'all out here running around talking about, I got a rock. My mom is everything to me. You can't criticize my mama. Meanwhile, your mom was a glorified babysitter. I'm sorry. This had to be said. She was a glorified babysitter. That's what it was. And that's what y'all got to understand. We have to break this attachment to mama, right? Because we got Steve the Dean over here. Shout out to you, right? He comes in and he lets you guys know. A lot of you guys out here, and we're talking about the dudes, but I think this applies to everybody. Y'all coming out here because you're taking out your umbilical cords and you're trying to attach it to somebody. You're looking for somebody. All right. But the root cause of the reason why y'all doing that, trying to find a leader or something like that, because y'all came from unstable situations like this, dealing with women who scarred you, men who scarred you. A lot of the scars that you guys come from, you guys understand this, it's from your mamas. It really is. And I went through that shit personally, man. And I'll explain to you as soon as we're done with this video. It's crazy. But I personally, even before this, came to this realization about how, my mama and my situation, how that screwed me up. Not saying that she's a horrible person. No. But I have to be real enough to understand that there are flaws in both parents. But I have to be real enough to see that. I can't see my dad one way because of how shit went down and see my mom one way and not really fully understand the situation.
You didn't have a mother. You had a babysitter. Oh, shit. Many of these mothers, many of these women, when you listen to their experiences, that mother's like a babysitter. One woman said she didn't teach me nothing, but if I asked her for something, she'd help me with it. But damn, that's not what she's supposed to do. Asked her, what's a father supposed to teach his son? Oh, he's supposed to teach his son A, B, C, D, E, F, G. But then a mother's supposed to teach her daughter how to be a woman, how to be a wife, how to prioritize relationships. Now, Matt, and understand, I'm talking about all these women, they're products of two-parent households. Mother and father are still married. All of them, nobody's struggling. No one's struggling. One lady actually had it really good. And I'm like, see, we always hear about the dregs and the lower ends. But now what we're starting to hear about is the stuff that when you got a married couple in a two-parent household, selfish mothers. I had you, and that's the extent of it. Next, strangers. Pay attention to this one. If you prefer to keep your mom out of your life and she's the last one to hear about what's going on in it, your relationship probably belongs to this type. In this case, mother and daughter do not involve each other in their lives. They don't share any problems or thoughts, at least the really important ones. Unless it's necessary, they practically almost don't even know each other. The effects it has on the daughter. Daughters with detached relationships with parents are likely to experience depression, anxiety, and they're more likely to have low self-esteem, especially regarding women. A lot of women fall into this category. If you're a pretty girl, or if you're a good girl and you got toxic girlfriends around you, if you're everybody's emotional support, and you got nobody that you can lean on, you learned it right here from your mama.
And to add to that point right there, because it makes sense. How many of the women that you not only see calling this show, but you see participate in some of these media spaces out large and whatnot, where they always come in and caping for other women who are doing wrong. They're always even some of the quote unquote ones who don't necessarily deep down believe in this ideology, but because there's so much people pleasers, they want to make sure that everyone around them is happy. They will just give themselves to everyone. I know a lot of women who put themselves in this situation where they give too much of themselves. And that's the thing, because they've had absentee mothers.
That's real.
It's freaking real. There's a lot of people, a lot of women that go through this stuff. And then when we come back to this channel, when we talk about this situation, right? A lot of times, a lot of guys in this space talk about, if she does this, she's that. All these different stencils that they like to put women in, right? You got to understand that where people come from, the background they come from, it matters. It's a big freaking deal. Because if she comes from a situation where her mom is absentee, doesn't do anything for her, it has an impact on how she's gonna treat you. That's why there's an old saying. I don't know how old it is, but it's a saying. If you want to know how your girl's gonna turn out, look at her mama.
Yeah, my uncle taught me that all the time when I was a kid.
That's facts. So, guys, these are very, very important, man. Like, these are things that people got to understand. These are things you got to take into consideration, but also to understand how to heal from it. Let's go through a couple more.
You take on everybody's emotional baggage, everybody's listening ear, But yeah, you got nobody to turn to because you never learned how to get love from yourself, from your mama, because you had to be your whole, go back to the first part. It also may lead to a frustrating, in addition, it also may lead to a frustrating partner. It also leads to frustrating relationship with their life partner later in life. At the same time, the girl grows up to be very responsible, independent, and can solve any problems.
How does that sound familiar? And he played the little button right there. But does that sound familiar? How many of these women out here walking around? I got this, I can do this, I can do that. Right? Very independent, very strong-minded. How many of them came from absentee mothers like this one, right here? How many of them? Because we hear it a lot, so clearly it's common. So when women talk about, oh man, men are so evil, men are bad, I understand that argument. I do understand. But we got to call this shit out too. Overwhelmingly, you are responsible for the bullshit that we're seeing right now, that your daughters are doing right now. You are responsible because you out here trying to be like them, to be their friend, to compete with them. And you are not even worried about how to raise her to be a wife for the next generation. And then you worry about some of all these other boys out here, how they being raised. How you raising your daughter? Are you a glorified babysitter?
Right. And I see a lot of single moms. They won't even allow help from the dad. The dad may be trying to help, but they won't even allow help from the dad. So that's silly right there. And then they come back and they tell the kid how the dad was trash and all this kind of stuff. So that happens a lot. And I'm seeing it personally right now with somebody that I know. They won't even send pictures of the kid to the dad. Like it's to that point. Like the dad's trying to do a little bit things here and there, but since he did this and did that, they don't even want to have anything to do with him or send him anything. Like it's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
That's a big part of that too.
It's freaking wild, man. And like we see that, right? Because you guys can clearly read this. He's got it up here alongside. Okay, he says they're more likely to have low self-esteem, which is a lot of women out here because we're walking around here with low self-esteem. And when we're talking about why thought culture is so big, we're talking about why IG models and all this stuff. By the way, IG models are I liken it to professional night walkers, okay? Because real talk, that's what they be doing on the side. If you go into this IG model lifestyle, it's already been proven, okay? We've done videos on this. You are a certified night walker, okay? There's nothing wrong with that. Just admit what the fuck you are. Admit what the fuck you do behind the scenes with some of these wannabe rappers and athletes and whatnot. But that's what it is. A lot of the people that go into this space, they generally tend to have low self-esteem, and they also tend to generally suffer from anxiety and depression. These are the similar signs that people are going through. And here's the thing: as we go on with some of the stuff that he talks about, right, the other numbers, what I start to recognize is that some of these other attributes that he's talking about, they can also be, all of them can also be within the same woman. Right? They didn't say, a woman can also experience these things, right? These same things where she can be detached, she can be emotionally unavailable, she can be try to be your best friend sometimes. She can be, you can see these different aspects in the same woman. You can see it. So when we're wondering why a lot of our young women out here are coming out with all this anxiety and fear of relationships, or even just fear of men when they're going through the depression and whatnot, I can't help you tell you how many girls I've dealt with, man, that when we're sitting there watching TV or we're doing something, go to the kitchen cabinet, popping something. Anxiety pills or whatever the pills. How you're all every one of y'all on these antidepressant, anti-fucking thing. It's wild. Why? We have to wonder why this is happening. It's because it's coming from backgrounds. This is what we're talking about when we talk about generational hurt and pain. We're perpetually keeping this shit going. We need to learn how to slow down and heal.
Yep. I actually dealt with a girl that was like that. She was taking all kind of different drugs and stuff. She had an old ass dad too. And her mom was kind of seemed like she was on a competitive tip, like the first thing that he talked about there. And she definitely had closed off feelings, and it made for a bad time.
Yep.
Today. So it's no good.
It's crazy, man. And it's like you wonder why we're in this situation, but it's right there in front of our faces. That's why it irks me when people try to actively deny this stuff, right? Or try to pretend it doesn't exist. And most women, this is why women are so detrimental to each other, because you don't hold each other accountable because of my feelings, right? But it's like, this is important. You have to be able to do this, because otherwise your daughters are the ones that are going to suffer. That's just basically it.
Birth of the PhD, right? Children with detached relationships with their mothers, parents, often are more likely to experience depression, anxiety. So you wonder why they're eating their feelings and the size they are? Have low self-esteem. Low self-esteem means you'll deal with people who are emotionally unavailable, no matter how much money they make. Because you can't deal with real emotion, because you never got real emotion. Like I said, try to have a loving, connected relationship with a woman who's emotionally unavailable and detached. She can't even look you in the eye when she can. You can't look you in the eye. When's the last time you actually had a deep, passionate kiss with a man? Love feels ooh. Stranger kind of mothers make daughters who are emotionally disconnected, to where for feelings are actually viewed as a weakness. Why? Because when they would reach out to their mothers, their feelings would get dismissed. So this may lead to a frustrating relationship with their life partner later in life, because at some point in a relationship, it has to get real. But this person only has so much capacity. But at the same time, they're very responsible, very independent, because they can solve the problems by themselves. Like I said, the birth of the PhD. You're going to see two very PhD personalities here. Next, devaluation. Devaluation. This is similar to the previous one, but it's a one-sided case that involves a narcissist. Be careful with that word. Either one is focused only on herself and cares more about her image than what people think, rather than an actual relationship with a person. She's trying to look perfect from the outside, but devalues her mother-daughter in reality. The effect, in cases like this where the mother's a narcissist, instead of actually feeling love, the daughter feels emotionally needy, needs constant reassurance of people's feelings. What's good is she is a great support system for others, very loyal and insightful to people. If the daughter is a narcissist, the mother doesn't try to change her attitude, the girl might grow up being selfish and ignorant towards others. That one's fraught with problems.
Now it takes me back to that other situation we just got done talking about with the freaking predator alpha, right? Situation where the mother is this is it. This is part of it right there, right? When you have where women or their mothers try to tear down their daughters, right? Because the way she went on social media and started going after her daughter like that, airing out her business to the point that you're airing out your daughter's personal information, like her STD, right? That just shows you that that's the definition of you know what's crazy? You know what's crazy? Want to talk about tearing other black men down. Y'all do this shit to other women when it's crazy. Y'all do this for selfish reasons. We got a mother out here who's willing to tear down her daughter in public for everyone to see and don't mean shit. And then we wonder why a daughter is sitting there acting and doing what the fuck she's doing. Acting like she's got it all figured out. Her life's all figured out. Like she knows what she's going. Because she's got a narcissistic ass mama. Like, this is why I think that this video was so perfect, because we're literally breaking down what the fuck we just witnessed. It's right here. And it's all of that wrapped into one raggedy ass woman. Real talk with the teeth. I got the blunt in my hand. This is it. Don't give a shit about nobody but her well-being. Out here, out her daughter to make herself look good, but all you did was make yourself worse. Because you made yourself look like someone who is unfit to even have kids, to even be dealing with a relationship with anybody but by yourself. It's fucking crazy.
Next, dismission. Here's another case of one-sided rejection that typically goes involved by mothers playing the roles of the one doing the dismissing. This happens when she ignores or dismisses her daughter's achievement, no matter what she did. You ever talk to a woman who can't tell her mother about anything good in her life? Oh, I'm sorry. And in this case, the mother is hard to impress, and where she never says she's proud of her daughter, being either totally apathetic or trying to make her daughter try even harder to reach the unreachable. The effects on the daughter. Raised by these mothers, girls grow up experiencing deep self-doubt, feeling unworthy of attention or any kind of feelings. At the same time, they desperately long for love and recognition. So if you've ever tried to talk to someone or generally connect with somebody who had one of these kind of stranger mothers or dismissive mothers, understand nothing's wrong with you. And when you couldn't figure it out, she didn't even know it. Because what don't we in this world, especially in the Black community, don't nobody question mama. We can say dads were deadbeat and not this and that, but nobody asks what's going on with mom, the cheerleader. In this case, the mom is her best cheerleader, wanting her to get the most out of life and experience everything. This mother is very involved in her daughter's life and wants to be a part of it, refusing to acknowledge any boundaries between them or leaving her side. She lives through her daughter's achievement, being both supportive and demanding. It often stems from a mother's dreams she didn't realize and things she didn't experience. Effects. With this kind of mother, a girl can lose her sense of self, might become dependent on people, always needing somebody to be by her side and not be able to make her own decisions. I'm going to focus on, I don't need no relationship. I don't need no man. I'm going to focus on my kids.
That's facts, man. And we're gonna end it right there. But I just want to let you guys know, like, just to see the other side of it and see what's really going on out here, because this is real. And it's nice that when he was reading, I'm like, yo, this perfectly breaks down the kind of archetypes of women that we're seeing right now, at least the end result of the kind of women that we're seeing right here, with a narcissism, the all thinking that you can do it by yourself, meaning that you can't, right? All these different things that are going in towards this modern woman independent kind of mentality. So this is why I'm saying that this is what a lot of you men out here, when you listen to these weirdo podcast space, you understand, like, they're not telling you this effect. They're not telling you this side. Some of them are telling you to disregard some of their experiences like it doesn't matter, but it does matter, because for your sons or for your kids out there, or for even you yourself, guys out there, to go find yourself a quality relationship, you got to make sure that the quality women out there. And right now, the vast majority of cases right now, a lot of guys, women, the guys who run into display characteristics that we're seeing right here. So if anything, this should be a red pill moment for a lot of you men and women out there to pay attention. This is the circumstances a lot of people are coming from before they deal with you. This is why it's very important to vet, to look at things seriously. And that's what I'm saying. When you don't just shack up with people, don't just start having unprotected sex with people that you just met and start doing that stuff with people you barely know, thinking having a kid is a lot more easier than raising a child. It's not that easy. It's really not. It's harder than you think. And for a lot of you guys, you got to understand that the reason, ladies out there, the reason why you're in this situation is because of your mamas. Think about it. We're always questioning dads. We're always questioning the daddies, right? And most dads aren't even around, but you're dealing with your mama. A lot of the scars that you're dealing with right now, you're dealing with your mama. It reminds me of a situation I went through, because I grew up when I was younger, man. Before I found like fighting and everything like that, I was an angry ass dude. I had temper problems whatsoever, and I couldn't. And it wasn't up until recently I realized where the source of my anger and my temper was coming from. It was because I didn't have a masculine role model in my life, so that was one. So we put the blame on the men too, right? My dad wasn't around, so I had to figure out how to raise myself, and it was a most frustrating thing, because as a young man coming up and you having all these emotions, all these feelings, all these thoughts, but you're looking at the only other role model in your life, and you know for a fact that she can't really tell you things, and it's limited. It's limited in what she can teach you. And you need that other masculine role model and presence, but you don't have that. So when, as a kid, as a man, you have questions, I can't go to my teachers because my teachers are all women. They can't understand this shit. I can't go to all these other people. I can't even go to my friends because my friends, they're in the same age group as me. They don't understand this shit. I didn't have that guidance, so I was mad. I was angry. I had all these feelings, but I had no way to figure out how to get it out. So that was one. But the one of the other one that was a lot more long lasting, and I didn't realize that situation until way later, was the issue with my mom. Because I was just like, any other brother out here, you talk about my mom, you get knocked out. Hands down. You don't talk about my mom. Even till this day, you probably won't do that. I knock you out. But it's one of those things where it's like, back then, I didn't see what they were just talking about in this article. I didn't see it because mom to me could do no wrong because mom was all I had. Real talk. Damn near Stockholm syndrome. But it wasn't until I got older that I realized, holy shit, a lot of even the emotional aspect that I was going through stemmed from my mom. Because think about it. Every single time I saw my mom go through a difficult situation, right? I didn't see her handle it like a man should have handled it. Literally, she would wild out. She would wild the fuck out. If she come home, the dishes weren't washed properly. There's a little speck of dirt on it. She will wild the fuck out. You will hear her screaming the moment she walks through the door. Like I remember my time growing up, I used to dread like, oh my shit, oh mama don't like when my mom would come home from work, I'm like, damn, bro, when you hear that key turn the door, like, oh shit. Here we go. And you're like, hey, your mind starts running. It's like, okay, what the fuck did I? Oh shit, maybe I didn't sweep it right, or I don't know, I didn't sweep the kitchen or whatnot. And then all of a sudden she come home. Who do the dishes like? Who do you like? Oh fuck, here we fucking go, right? And I see her how she would handle situations like that. It was wild. It was crazy. I'm just like, what in the fuck is happening here? So that situation will repeat, but I didn't pay that no mind. But it wasn't what my mind didn't change until I had my daughter, right? Until I had my daughter, and when she got old enough and she would do certain things, like she would, start walking and wander into certain places where she wouldn't wonder. My first instinct was like, hell, don't do that, blah, blah, blah. And to just see the shock on her face, like, oh, what, daddy's screaming, like, why is he doing? And when I saw the shock on her, I was looking back, I'm just like, wait, why did I just raise my voice at a child? Like, that doesn't make any sense. Like, look how scared she is. And I'm like, yo, that's what my mom would do to me when I was doing something that she wouldn't approve of. And I remember that made me feel all confused and like walking on eggshells because I don't know when the next time she would wild out, right? So why the hell would I put my kid through that? I had to figure out how to stop. And then I came across I don't know if you heard about Justin Lee Peterson.
Yeah. That's
I came across the older gentleman, right? Okay. I came across one of his videos and he was talking about how you need to forgive your mothers and how you need to forgive your fathers. And he basically broke down how a lot of mothers, even before Kevin Samuels came out with this video or any of his videos he's done on moms in relationship to their kids, he had that video way out there years ago. I'm sitting there watching this like, yo, talking about, hey, a lot of the pain and the anger you're feeling from right now, it doesn't stem from your dad, right? Because a lot of times you're growing up in a situation, you don't even know where your dad is. You didn't even get the story from the other side from your dad. You didn't. So how the fuck do you expect to know? All you know is your mama's side and what she told you about your dad and what his family did and what they all did. That's all you know. But you didn't go to him and talk to him, right? But you don't know a lot of the anger that you're feeling is coming from your mother. And I was sitting there when I first heard it, I'm like, what is this dude talking about? Why would you say that? But it started to click and make sense. A lot of the shit, the problems that we're having right now is because we come from a perspective of mama can't do no wrong. And you have to objectively look at this. You say, no, yeah, you did. Yeah, I appreciate you bringing me into this world. I appreciate that. But let's face it. You took us away from dad. We're in a situation right now because you took us away from dad. I'm not mad at you. I'm not angry at you anymore. That's done. I just want you to know this is a situation. And one of the things he also said, and I think a lot of women out here and a lot of men need to start doing, especially a lot of emotional men who have a lot of anger, you need to go and forgive your mama. That was the one thing he said that stuck to me even till this day. You have to go and forgive. It doesn't matter if she wilds out. It doesn't matter if she does any of this nonsense. You have to go and say, mama, I forgive you for the stuff that you put me through, the anger that I have right now. I forgive you for it. And just move on with your life. You also not only do that with your mama, but you do that with your dad too as well. You go and forgive your dad. Because I'm going to tell you this. They didn't know what they were doing raising you. So you have to go and forgive them and move on with your life. And that's exactly what I did. I took that advice. I went and I called my dad up. He was all the way in Nigeria, right? And I called him up and I said, Dad, I forgive you. Like, I know you weren't there. I understand the situation. Like, I get it. I'm a dad now. I see how my girls treat me with my daughter and whatnot. I understand it. I just want to say that I'm no longer angry at you. And you know, it is what it is. And I just hope that at some point that we can start becoming a family again. Right. And that's what happened. And I felt 10 times better. My mom was scarier. I had to go do that, but it was scary and it didn't go as well. right? And I'm like, what you mean it's my fault? I ain't do nothing. I brought you in this country. I brought you in this world. And then she started going back to all the shit that you did when you were a kid and just bringing all that up. And it was just like, all right, this is what he said. He said, you know, your job is not to try to convince her. All you have to do is just come here and let her know you forgive her and you move on. And that's what I did. And you know what? I'm glad to this day I did that because recently my father passed away. And I'm going to tell you this. No one else in my family actually ended up getting the same message, Jesse Lee Peterson, that I got when I did it. They didn't even have a chance, my siblings, my brothers, my sisters right now, they didn't have a chance to tell my father they did the exact same thing, that they forgave him. They didn't have the chance to do that because now he's gone. And whatever hurt that they're feeling right now, whatever neglect that they're feeling right now, they have to live with that for the rest of their lives without closure. That's how serious this shit is. We're all hurting from trauma. And it's time for us to actually figure out a way to heal this trauma. Because if we don't, we're going to keep hurting other people. In this case, we talk about hurt people, but we talk about it in the sense of relationships. But it's true. In the sense of your own families, it hurts. The first hurt we've all experienced comes from our families. And the problem is they don't even know that they're hurting us. That's why this conversation is so important. And you have to realize that you've been hurt too as well. And once you have that realization, you come to a certain level of acceptance. And once you come to a certain level of acceptance, then you have to go and forgive. You have to do something about it before it's too late. Couple months ago, my father died. As this channel was blowing up, y'all don't know this shit. My dad passed away as I started rebuilding my relationship. Y'all don't know this shit, man. And every time I'm sitting there, I pray. I say, thank you. That whatever Jesse Lee Peterson, thank you. And whatever influence was it that made me go ahead and do what I did at that point in time, thank you. Because now, not even my siblings will ever have that opportunity again to even know his side of the story. And when I found out his side of the story, I was kicking myself in the ass for hating him this whole time. Even after he died, man, it fucking hurt because it's like, God damn, I'm spending all this time angry at you and I didn't even know the whole story. So that's what you guys got to understand. And that's why it's important for us to actually go and forgive, because a lot of our hurt, it stems from this right here. Shout out to you, Alicia, for the $10 super chat. Appreciate you, girl. Seriously. Because you'll never know when that moment's going to come again. And I'm glad he did this video. I'm glad he did it and broke it down, because at least we can start to see where the problem is coming from and start to figure out a way we can start coming together and healing. Mama's not perfect. Dad is not perfect, but we already goddamn knew that. We already knew that. But now it's time to face the big beast in the room. Let's have this conversation. So that way our girls and our boys are brought up in the right culture and our dads are able to come back home. That's what we need. I'm sorry, I went off, man. Go ahead. Go up.
Nah, man, you good, man. You got me feeling like I need to go talk to my dad now.
It's important.
Yeah, I might.
It's
I might
important.
have to reach out.
And you never know, man. It's just, this life is short. Even to this day, man, like I apologize to my daughter all the time. You know, I sit on talking to him like, hey, daddy, sorry, man. Real talk, I'm sorry. What you did that when you saw I forgive you. She don't know what I'm saying sorry for, but I'm telling her I'm sorry. Because I get it. I understand it. I'm sorry for, you know, the situation that we're in right now. A lot of it was my fault. I didn't know what I was doing, you know, and your mom too. It was her fault. She didn't know what she was doing. But I want to let you know that right now, we both love you. All the stuff, the separation stuff that you've seen us do, all this stuff, it's not your fault. I want you to know that. We love you very much. And I let her know that every single day. Because in case something happened to me, she's not going to grow up questioning nothing. She heard it from me first. And I'm sure she heard it from her mama. I'm sure. If not, she's hearing it from me too. Her mama loves her. I love her. And that's how y'all got to be. Because this shit's serious. We can't have this selfishness parenting anymore. That has to be done. Well, if you choose to have a kid and it's a choice, don't sit there and blame the man, because it's a choice. If you choose to have a child, it stops being about you. You're done. Your life is over. It's about the child. I don't even have a birthday anymore. September 2nd. My daughter was born on the exact same day. Daddy doesn't have a birthday no more. Everybody call up, hey, how's Nova's birthday? I'm like, oh shit, I guess I don't got a birthday no more. Everybody forgot about daddy, but that's okay. Because I don't need to celebrate that shit. I've been alive for 27 years. I was celebrated enough and I need to celebrate. It's her time. Let her do it. It's about your child. We got to get out of the selfish mentality. He even goes in that broadcast talking about this stems from the baby boomer generation. The original OG selfish bitches out here. And they passed all that shit, real talk. They passed all that shit down to everybody else, and now we suffering from it. This is the consequences when you decide to abstain from accountability, abstain for all the responsibility of raising your child, and you're putting it out to the world. This right here, I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen, look around you. The situation we have right here is what happens when you let the world teach your kids.
Yeah, you see what they teaching too. You see.
They're trying to turn your boys into girls, girls into boys. They're saying it's okay, everything's cool. Exactly. That's what they're saying. Your boys are going to be confused. And want to talk about that anger I felt as a child, not even having my dad around. The anger I felt as a child, understanding where like my moms and stuff like that. Imagine adding to it the gender confusion. All this other stuff that's going to be not even some of the dating confusion that these kids are going to be facing when they get older, but now they're going to face the gender stuff. You don't think they're going to be even more hurt, angry, and confused? You don't think it's going to drive them to anxiety, depression, and suicide? Are you kidding me? If you don't think that's going to happen to your child coming out, letting the world raise them, you're dreaming. You're absolutely dreaming. You have to be. You're not in the real world. You live in the Matrix. Go pop some more pills.
Yeah, definitely.
But I think it's an important stream. We're gonna cap it right there. Thank you guys so much for the super chat and stuff like that. But this is real. If you're gonna take anything else out of this stuff right now, if you got mamas out there, that your family out there that you're not talking to, if you got people out there you're not talking to, I know right now in this culture we're celebrating running away from your family. So running away from home and hating your family and doing outside, that's greatly celebrated right now. But you guys don't understand what you have until it's gone. You have to go and forgive. Because a lot of y'all talking about, oh, I'm free, I just got to walk away from it, run away from it. You're not doing that. Just because you leave a situation doesn't mean shit. You're still running. You have to go face it head on. You have to go say, Mama, I forgive you for all you have done, and leave. I know it was not your fault. I know you didn't mean to. You can't control it. But I'm letting you know that my anger is gone because I understand where it's coming from. The same thing with your dad. A lot of you guys out there who grew up without a father, you need to go call your daddy up right now. I'm not saying you to understand his side of the story. I'm not saying you got to understand anything. I'm just saying you got to call him up or try to find him if you don't understand where he's from or you don't understand who he is or know who he is. Call him up and try to find him and say, I forgive you for not being there. You didn't know what you were doing either. You couldn't help yourself. That's it. We're all human beings. We're all hurt. We can't help ourselves. Even as a parent right now, I don't think I'm a good parent. Why? Because I don't know if I'm doing this shit right. I don't know how to do this right. But I'm willing to admit that. I'm willing to admit that I don't know if maybe she's supposed to go to this school or that school, or maybe I'm supposed to say this instead of this, or maybe I handle this situation if she does this right. I don't know. So I can't sit there and say I'm a perfect parent. People tell me all the time, I don't believe them. I don't, because I don't think I'm a good parent because I don't know what the hell is I'm doing. Right? So if I feel this way, not knowing what the fuck I'm doing, or still believing I don't know what the fuck I'm doing, imagine how your mama and daddy feel. They don't know what they're doing. We all don't. Hurt people are hurting people out here. So let's stop and start the cycle of healing and start on that path right now. Y'all out here in the chat, shout out to y'all, but I'm gonna need y'all to take action. Go out and forgive your mamas. Go out and forgive your daddies.
I might talk to my dad tomorrow.
You never know. You never know. Alicia, shout out to you for the $5 super chat. As always, a phenomenal stream. Please keep going in this direction. Oh, we don't plan to stop. Speaking of which, we got some new, bunch more stuff coming, man. Like I said, I tell you guys the physical studio is being built, so we're getting it taken care of. So that's gonna get done. Hopefully by the middle of next month, we should start doing some maybe live shows, test live shows, and we'll probably won't be using No, we'll use StreamYard, but we'll use it kind of in a different setup way, so that way it's not gonna kick all of us out while we're sitting there watching the stream at the same time. But we're gonna set it up. It's gonna be dope. We're getting a new soundboard. That's gonna be coming in. So if you guys right now in the chat, all right, you guys on who follow us on Instagram, you guys any what do you call it? Not options or any ideas you want us to use for like sound effects, you'll go ahead and send that to us right away, all right? Because I'm having Don go ahead and program that stuff. So let us know if you guys have any sound effects you think would be cool for the show, or you got any ideas or whatnot. Let us know, man. Put it in the chat, put it in the comment section, or send us a DM. You guys know we take all of your stuff into consideration because I respect and I value this community. I value value everyone we work with. I value everyone. Grind you, Poppy, Alicia, Bernie, all of you guys, some of the new faces in here. We value you, and your input's gonna be here, and we're only gonna keep growing. We're only gonna keep growing. So that's some of the new stuff we have coming out. Look out for that. So let us know in the chat. Go ahead and hit that like button too. Get more of these videos out there. Help the algorithm. It's an algorithm game. All right. It's an algorithm game. This is the kind of stuff that we want to see. All right. So help even guys you see on this panel right now. If you know that they're content creators and you know that they have YouTube channels, go sub to them. Go show them that love. And you fuck with the content, go show them the love. Show my boy Grind some love.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Because this message right now, it can't just be me. It can't just be some of these other guys. It's got to be all of us making a considered effort. I'm sorry. I was going over. Go ahead.
You good, man. You good, man. I just wanted to say I appreciate everybody watching the stream. I appreciate you having me. And I'm sorry I didn't talk that much, but you was cooking up, man. So I was just sitting there listening. Like, I got motivated by what you were saying. You was cooking up the whole time. So I just kind of sat back and just was taking it all in, man. I said a couple, 2-3 things, but you killed it.
I appreciate it, man. But
and yeah, like you said, this is like some people were saying, this is a subject that people don't often bring up in the manosphere. Like they should be talking about stuff like this more often. They just talk about like, yeah, how can you lay her down and send her to the side of the road? Like, yeah, man, we need more stuff.
That's facts. I mean, they're teaching you guys how to get laid, but no one's teaching you guys how to heal. That's a big red flag, man. They're teaching you guys how to go out there and hurt other women who've already been hurt coming out of homes like this. All right. The same thing with the women. All these fake femininity coaches out here teaching you guys how to come out here and finesse dudes, hurt other men who've been hurt by women. And the first woman they've been hurt by were the women that they were birthed by. Just keep that in mind. A lot of them had the same kind of mothers. So don't get that twisted. And the mothers treat their sons way different than their daughters. That's for sure. Some of them don't even want black boys to be born. That's how crazy this shit is.
That's crazy. And then
it's
she
wild.
had to say, yeah, if you don't want a single mother, then you're a terrible person. Like, what do you mean? What do you mean by that?
No one wants your situation. It's not. I see people who date single moms all the time, but you're probably unbearable to deal with.
She's got to be.
You have to be.
Crazy.
And we can tell because you're talking about abort black babies because you got hurt by a man that you shouldn't have been dealing with in the first place. Go back to your baby daddy and stop bringing this mess out into the market. We don't want it. We don't want your kids. We don't want any of that shit unless your kids are my. Listen. I got no. Listen. I'm gonna tell you this right now. I know I've dated baby moms before. I got no qualms dating baby moms. I got no qualms doing any of that stuff. But I judge the quality of that woman based on how the kids raised and how she treats her dad. That's it. I would judge that quality right there because the kids wilding out, not fucking paying attention, doing all this shit. Well, there's no structure in your household. Why am I walking to a situation where there's no structure? Why? That makes no sense to me. That's why a lot of men will refuse to deal with single mothers. But I'm gonna tell you that right now. There's a lot of guys out here who are more than willing to open their arms. Guys are more than willing to open their arms out there, and we know that they're doing this. The guys are doing. I mean, you want to talk about celebrities? Look at the most famous ones that are doing it right now. Fucking Russell Wilson and the other lady. They got literally. If you want to talk about the celebrity version of a woman having a baby by Tyrone, all right. And then jumping in with a square or someone perceived as a square and then have him raise the child. That's the situation right there. That's Russell Wilson. That's Russell Wilson and Sierra. That's her name. Goddamn, I was spacing out on it. My bad, girl. My bad, Sierra. I love you, girl. I'm sorry. I spaced out on your name. But that's it. That's the real life situation. That's what's been happening this entire time, and we see it continuously to happen. So there are guys who are more than willing to open up their arms to single moms out there. There's not a problem, but they have to be able to have these certain characteristics. I'm telling you right now, Sierra had to put in work to get that ring. But that lady Ground was talking about, you can tell she ain't putting no damn work in herself, but she here asking you to give her a ring, to give her wife status. Mm-hmm. And she wants to kill your boys. So pay attention. It's important, man. These messages more and more have to keep coming out here. Let's hit the like button, hit that sub button. Let's keep growing this stuff. Because I'm going to tell you this, either way, we're not stopping. But we'd like to get to where we need to be faster than we are right now. And it takes your help to do it. So, Grind, you got anything coming up?
I just dropped 2 videos before I got on here. So, I mean, y'all can go check those out. I got another video with a skit coming tomorrow. So, hey.
Ooh, them skits, bro. These skits be getting fire. You inspire me to do one of them skits, bro. Because I be doing like little videos here and there, but I just be recording them for me just to watch it and just like, shit, this dude thing he can act. Look at him over here clowning. But that's why I fuck with you with the content too as well. Because like, damn, you're not afraid to basically go out there and do that and just like, all right, I'm gonna just act and make a fun fool out of it, but it's fun and everyone's vibing with it, having fun. So that's the kind of shit that I respect, man. So yeah, y'all can get my actor skills going and shit, but that's what's up. Guys, go check out his recent video. I mean, grind and motivate, it's in the name, man. This dude don't stop grinding and he don't stop motivating, man. He's putting up videos every single freaking day, sometimes twice a day. So my boy's definitely grinding, man. So go ahead, show him some love. Head on over there. Primal Study, shout out to you for the $5 super chat. The most important choice you make is who you have children with. Absolutely. Absolutely, man, because children are important, man. They're very important. They're not something that they're not pets. All right, because it seems like we view children as pets nowadays. They're not pets. They're little human beings with their own feelings, thoughts. All right, but the most important thing is how their thoughts are molded by the time they come out into the real world. Because if they weren't molded correctly, guess what? They're gonna come out here and jack more shit up. That's what it is. I fuck with that, Primal. Real talk. And Primal Studies, he got a channel too. Go ahead and check him out. Basically, you guys see guys on this, the guys that we get on the panel, man, these are guys that are also guys that understand some of the stuff that we understand, right? They understand the nuances and the reality of certain things, right? Or they go about it in different ways, but they're all legitimate people. So go ahead and show them some love too, all right? Guys, let's help this community grow, because I don't know if you know this is a brand new community. Ain't nothing like us. I look everywhere. Ain't nothing like us, man. Like, it is nothing like our community, which is wild, man. Where women are here, they're comfortable, men are comfortable having this interaction. I'm sorry, isn't that what the Manosphere was all about? Isn't that what they set out to build? And we were able to do that in a couple months. So if we're having to have a situation where men and women can have honest, strong, tough conversations in the chat section while we're doing I'm telling you, man, we're on to something. This is something you don't see in other communities, and I'm glad to have you guys. I appreciate you guys. I appreciate your support, and I want to hope you guys keep supporting us and keep this stuff going. But with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and just sign the hell out, because I got stuff to do on a Saturday. I got company coming over. I got things going on. So, you guys got your boy had to go get his stuff done. But make sure you check out my boy, Grind and Motivate. He's got his videos out. Check them videos out. All right, and I will catch you on the next live. Take it easy.